let's talk about the Tanguy Ndombele situation at Spurs right now. Wasn't in the squad yesterday. Conte was asked after the game yesterday in his post-match interview, and it was kind of interesting quotes. Do you have the quotes in front of you?
I don't have them, but I remember them. He said that it was a technical decision that he made to leave Ndombele out the squad. He said it wasn't a decision he would have made if not having talked to the club first. And he said there is a line from the club, and I have to keep to the club line.
So what does he mean by that?
I think maybe he means like I'm assuming he just means that we're trying to offload him. I don't want to basically say that on I don't want to say that on camera that we're literally looking to sell him, but basically I don't want him involved. We maybe don't want him getting injured, so we're going to look to sell him. And I don't want to outwardly say it to everyone because in case maybe he comes back in the squad later in the month, but I can't. That's what I think he's saying by I have to stick to the club line. I think he's just saying. I think he's trying to say without saying it that he's up for sale.
Yeah.
But Dan Gilpatrick was reporting this morning about Ndombele, saying that Conte did leave Ndombele out of the squad after having a talk with Paratici, and obviously them deciding to sell him. They've now decided not to use him for the time being. So that is the decision at the moment with Ndombele. So it does look increasingly likely that we might have seen the last of him in a Spurs shirt by the looks of things.
Though, if we can't find a buyer for him, he's going to have to come back in.
Of course, but when you're leaving him out like we are, that obviously increases the chances of him, I would say, going, because you're probably more willing to make a few.
I mean, didn't we do the same with Dele Alli last January?
Didn't we do the same with Dele Alli last January? We did. And PSG came in for him. We said no.
we left him out of the team because he's subject to a transfer.
Yeah, but he was never in the team.
No, he wasn't in the team. But there was that game. Was it Fulham? Was it just after the transfer window? Was it just before the transfer window? Where he played really well. So it shows that maybe we could have used him at some points. But I don't know, man. It's a very, very difficult situation with Ndombele. We need him because we need creativity in midfield. But I think performances like he has been put in, then what's the point? Yeah,
I think it's going to be a loan deal. I think we're going to loan him out, and then maybe with an option to buy to someone. I think that's the best. That's the best solution for all parties, because I think Conte just doesn't trust him. I think he doesn't want to be at Tottenham, so he doesn't have that extra motivation at the moment to really be putting everything into it. You can see that at the moment when he's on the pitch, he just doesn't seem to be. Nothing seems to be right with him, and I think we need. I think we're desperate at the moment now to get him out the door and trying to open up a space in the squad which we can bring someone in for. So I think we're going to look to loan him out, but who's to say it happens? It's happened, that's the thing.
I mean, someone just mentioned it. Alan just mentioned it in the comments here. That I read it yesterday from Alfredo Padula. I don't know how reliable that is, but I think he's the one that maybe broke the Gareth Bale news first when he signed for us. And he says Napoli don't even want Tanguy due to his wage demands. And it's going to be impossible. 200 grand a week the guy's on.
Yeah.
Who's going to take him?
Like, no one's taking that wage.
These foreign clubs in Italy, Spain, blah, 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 they're not going to pay those wages.
No, they're not. They're not. They're going to pay 150. You know
what I mean. So if we want him out the door, we're going to need to stump up probably half of his wages.
Yeah, probably. That's still
100 grand a week off the books, though.
I guess it's ridiculous. I can't believe he's on 200 grand a week. It's ridiculous. But I just think, I think a loan deal is the only way we get rid of him right now. I think a permanent transfer is out of the question. I think it has to be a loan, and but it's become very increasingly clear that we really want him out the door now. That's become obvious, and hopefully some movement can happen. It's a situation where I really hoped it wouldn't come to, because I do think he's seriously talented, but sometimes it just doesn't work out with players, and they just don't. There's not the right fit, and unfortunately he's come to Tottenham. I do think he's been mismanaged as well since he's come in. I don't think we probably play the best. He's probably. I don't think he's right for how we want to play. Unlike if he was at a different club, say City or something, he'd probably be more suited to that. But still, it's a situation where we've got a very talented player on big wages and big money, and it's come to a situation where we're desperate for him to go, and it's annoying and sad, but that's where we are at the moment.
But it's true. Like, I was listening to what Stel was saying yesterday, a couple of days ago on Ndombele, and he was saying, like, you know, Ndombele came here, club record signing, 200 grand a week, pay parity with Harry Kane, to play in a Pochettino team, just got into the Champions League final, blah, 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 playing amazing football at times. I know, you know, we were declining, but still, you know, we make these signings to get back to where we were. He comes into a team that's structurally set up to play attacking football, pressing football, dominating football, possession-based football. And then within 3 months, Mourinho's in.
Exactly.
And it's a complete change of philosophy, complete change of everything. And he's thinking, that's not what I came here for.
And not only that, we've jumped from philosophy to philosophy since then as well. So it's been a bit of a mess. So I from that aspect, I do feel a bit for Ndombele, but still, I don't think he's helped himself.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
He hasn't helped himself either. So I think it's both parties are to blame. But then in that aspect, you've got to feel like maybe it's just better to split.
And and let's be honest though. Let's be honest about it. When we signed Ndombele, we were made aware of his mentality issues when we were speaking to that Leon channel.
Yeah, he said about it. They said he's an extremely talented player and he's brilliant, but a lot of the times he's very inconsistent and you always wonder why in these small games he just doesn't perform. But
I remember them saying they couldn't believe that we paid 65 million for him.
Yeah, a lot of money.
And right now everything is ringing true what they said.
I think he's got the talent of a 65 million player. It's just the mentality and the mindset, and also he just hasn't settled, I feel, at Tottenham. So it's disappointing, but look, I just hope we can find a solution this month, because I feel like the longer this drags on, because I think, you know, I feel like his teammates are starting to get a bit frustrated with him as well. It seemed that way in the last game he played. It wasn't just that Kane and Tanganga trying to rush him off the pitch. You saw if you look at that picture, some of the looks the players on the bench were giving him. They were giving him some dirty looks, weren't they? So, and when it gets to that kind of toxic situation, you just got to hope that we can get a split, even if it's short term. And even if he, you know, maybe he comes back next year and it's a different situation. But for now, I think it's better him out the squad. And that's just the situation we're in. And it's annoying and sad.
It's probably better for him not anywhere near the training ground either, to be honest. I mean, we don't want that kind of mentality festering within the squad. He's been there for way too long. And that's just the sad situation of Tanguy Ndombele, because we all know what a player this guy can be.
It's just annoying. You got a player of such talent and we just can't get it to work. It's really annoying. It's so frustrating.
It's the most frustrating thing since he signed, because how many times have we sat here and been like, oh my God, what a player. The guy is amazing.
He's done things on the pitch I've never seen a Tottenham player do.
I mean? And it's like, with the ball at his feet, the guy can be a magician, a literal magician. And then his mentality to match it is literally the mentality of a school kid. It's just so depressing.